What's up, everyone? It has been about 3 weeks since I hosted that first Property Llama fundraising webinar for our seed investment round. And I just wanted to give everyone a quick update on there because between the podcast and the webinar, I've had so many people reach out to, wanting to learn more, wanting to share ideas, help us grow, and also people that wanted to join the team, as a team member, as an employee, and also people wanting to be an investor in Property Llama. And all those things are just so, humbling to me. And also I'm just incredibly grateful for the entire community out there, because what makes Property Llama so special in my mind is that it is a business growing from a grassroots real estate investor's perspective. We don't have all these, big Silicon Valley venture capitalists who have never bought a rental property, even bought a home in their life, saying, hey, we're starting a tech company. No, we are starting a tech company to go out there and help investors figure out how to create wealth in real estate. And having that community, like the local real estate community, buying the vision and help grow it is just so magical. So I wanted to spend a minute to update everyone, but also say thank you. Thank you to all the community members that have reached out to give us just positive feedback, to give us ideas on how to grow, but also really thank the people that are now joining the team as employees. And also a big thank you to the investors we have so far in Property Llama. I'm extremely grateful for the community, for the team members, for the investors. So I just want to say thank you to everyone. And I think what has been the most exciting to me is that a lot of the team members who are joining Property Llama as employees, they're also investing in the company themselves. And in my mind, that is just such a huge compliment into what we've built here for Property Llama, and also just makes me more excited to go out there and grow Property Llama more and share the vision. So the fact that we have people joining the company and also wanting to be investors or essentially stockholders in the company, that is the biggest compliment in the world to me. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And with all that said, I'm going to wrap up and I'm going to play you a short video, which is the executive summary of the webinar we did. We did the webinar, we got amazing feedback. We clarified a few things. I got much better at presenting it concisely and hitting all the points. So I'm going to play the recording for you. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions or if you have any feedback or growth ideas or want to join the team or be part of the Property Llama vision, please reach out to me. I am in full Property Llama mode. I want to talk to people about how to build wealth using real estate, and Property Llama is the nucleus of it. So thank you and enjoy the recording. Chris Lopez here. I want to thank you for watching this executive summary video on Property Llama. I'm going to share the vision, discuss the business plan, and talk about our seed fundraising round. So what is Property Llama? Property Llama is the real estate investor's financial planning platform. Now, before going into details, I have to give you the typical disclaimer. I will be sharing some forward-looking statements. I am not your investment advisor, so make sure you talk with your team, understand the details to make the best decision for you. So let's talk about the problem in the marketplace, and not just here in Colorado, but nationwide. And that problem is that there is no financial planning people or resources for real estate investors out there. And it boils down to two main sub-problems. The first is what I call death by spreadsheets. This is a spreadsheet that me and my team built. It's a very complex spreadsheet that helps model people's portfolio. It's like 30 tabs, it's complex, it is confusing, and someone always breaks it and becomes a nightmare to go out there and figure out what to do. So just not a scalable way to go out there and do financial planning at scale. The second problem is that there are no human advisors to go out there and talk to. There are great advisors for stocks, bonds, Social Security, more traditional retirement planning, but nothing out there for the real estate world. And that's exactly what Property Llama wants to do. It's going to provide the solution for it. So the first thing is that we have completely eliminated spreadsheets. We have built a beautiful online dashboard at propertyllama.com that shows people their portfolio, the current returns, and they can access how it's performing and see returns in today's dollars. Plus, it gives people a very simple way to go out there and do what if or scenario modeling. And here's an example of a client I had. He has a great portfolio, and then we analyzed it, talked about his goals, and did a couple what if scenario modelings. So you can see here on the right-hand side, that red horizontal line is the investor's retirement cash flow goals. That blue line is their current portfolio's cash flow and the estimated time it'll hit that goal. The yellow line is the new optimized portfolio where we showed, hey, sell this, do a 1031 and buy this. Well, here's a punchline. It's helping the investor reach his goals about 15 years earlier. So would you rather reach your goal in 10 years or 25 years? Of course, 10 years. The second part is that we are building out the human real estate financial investing advisory. These are people that investors can talk to understand the long-term planning and portfolio rebalancing for their portfolio, both for rental properties and also passive investments. So let's go about a case study here, because anytime I go out there and do a marketing campaign or start a business, I always put myself in the shoes of the end user. Who is going to be buying this? Who is using this? And so we have some great case studies. I want to share one with you. So let me introduce you to Matt Amundsen. He is a musician turned real estate investor many years ago, as now a real estate millionaire. Like a lot of people realize that his career as a musician was not going to lead him to his financial goals that he wanted to achieve. So he turned to real estate, bought rentals, did investments, is now a millionaire. But now he's wondering, what do I do? So Matt plugged his properties into Property Llama, and here's a screenshot of his portfolio, and identified that he was having a lot of stale equity, which was leading to a low return. The system then dug down into individual properties and identified properties that has high potential for optimization. And this is one of the properties he sold and then reinvested the proceeds with. So here's a detailed write-up about what he did in about 10-month time frame. I highly encourage you to read that in the slide deck, but here's a punchline. In July of last year, he got plugged into our ecosystem, and it led to a lot of transactions. So in the last 10 months, it's led to just over $700,000 in passive investments. These are real estate syndications or real estate investing funds. He has sold about $860,000 worth of rental properties, 2 rental properties to be exact, plus he's conducted 1 lending transaction. So in the next 6 to 9 months, he plans on selling 2 more rental properties and then rolling most of those proceeds over to passive investing as well. So look at all those transactions that Property Llama and the financial planning resources hope to generate. Now, from a high level, that right there is worth like close to $200,000, if not more, in fees. The lifetime value of real estate investors is multiple 6 figures like this. It's a great model to be in and something that customers and clients need and want out there. And here's a great thing. There are millions of Matts out there. All these investors that are smart to buy real estate 5, 10, 15, 20 years ago, well, now they've had this amazing equity growth, and now they need to go out there and turn their equity into better investments to help them go out there and achieve their goals. So let me give you a little stats here on Property Llama, because it is a millionaire user magnet. Currently, we have over $1 billion worth of properties onboarded on the platform. In June alone, we onboarded about $37 million worth of properties, about $22 million in equity. And guess what? All this was from organic growth with no ads. This was people sharing and clients coming in wanting to use it. So imagine what happens once we actually start pouring money into these ad campaigns. And that leads me into why we are raising money for Property Llama. Now, let me be very clear. We're not raising money to go out there to have huge development costs or take an idea and say, oh, we're going to build this. No, we've already built it. We already have results. We already have transactions. It's not to go out there and do a bunch of fancy office space or ideas. No, it's to go out there and pour gasoline onto our 4 proven marketing sales channels and also go out there and set up our own real estate investing fund ourselves. So we have 4 main ways we go out there and acquire user growth and get all those millionaire investors on the platform. I won't go into details on here. That'll be in a separate video. Reach out to me. Happy to walk you through them. I will make one note though. Matt came into that first one. Number 1, portfolio analysis mastermind. Matt got plugged into that, and that's what led him to all these other transactions. So let's talk about some traction here that we've had with Property Llama and the early origin roots of Property Llama as well. So the first one is myself and Envision Advisors. This is my investor-friendly brokerage team I started building a number of years ago. And we do just under $100 million a year in transaction volumes around Colorado. And we help people go out there and buy, sell rental properties, help understand their portfolio. And how have we grown it so well? Well, it's through all the principles I've just been talking about and those four methods I talked about for getting users, getting clients. It's those same methods that we're using that grew Envision Advisors. The second one is Ironton Capital. Now, this is a real estate private equity firm that Lon Welsh launched in July of last year. Myself, Richard McGurr, and other key team members at Property Llama had the wonderful opportunity to help Ironton Capital launch and go out there and just crush it their first year. So what we did was really two main things. We built the infrastructure, so when people saw eyeballs, they went through the whole marketing and sales funnel, so money was wired in and docs were signed. The second thing we did was go out there and we did all this investor education through Property Llama, through those user lead generations we talked about, to bring people in, educate them, and eventually get them to invest in Ironton Capital. Well, in 1 year, we raised about $43 million. So an amazing first year. That was just an absolute rocket ship for Ironton Capital. So this is the second part of what we're raising money for, is that we are going out there and starting our own fund to go out there and handle the investments directly, help connect people with amazing sponsors out there. And the first one we're working with is actually someone a lot of you know, Terrence Doyle with the Verco. And so we raised with him a couple months ago. And after he did the webinar and we sent him a big 7-figure plus check, he was like, Lopez, that webinar I did with your team was about the easiest way I've ever raised money before. I love it. How can we do more? And this is really the superpower that we have with Property Llama, is that we are great at educating people and connecting capital with amazing sponsors like Terrence. Terrence is a deal junk. He wants to go out there and find deals, operate deals, add value to them. He doesn't want to go out there and raise money. So that's why he works with people like us to raise money for him. And I won't go into details here, but Terrence is an absolute A+ sponsor with an amazing track record. So what do you get for your investment in Property Llama? There's a couple of phases to this, and so I'll do my best to explain it. So once you watch it, reach out to me for more details as well. So phase one, and this is where you're launching your own management company. Your one investment will give you exposure to every single fund we ever launch. So your investment will be up here in this Property Llama Delaware C Corp. That's essentially the holding company that we're building for Property Llama and the whole financial planning platform. So that second thing we're raising money for is setting up a management company so we can set up our own funds. And we are going to launch a fund about every quarter, with the first one being Verco 3. So here's a great thing about this, and this is something that most tech companies don't have. So when you do a management company, you really have two ways to make money. One is management fees over here on the left, and that's going to fund our user growth. And so this is the tried and true model that real estate syndications, funds, hedge funds, a lot of Wall Street, they use. And so the model is, once you start bringing capital in, you're actually already going out there building a continuity of fees. Now, those fees help to run the company, keeps the light on, service the deals, service the investors, but it's a very profitable way to go out there and quickly bring in cash and cover the overhead. So we'll take all that to continue funding the growth of Property Llama. Now, where we're going to make the money is on the right-hand side here with the carried interest. And this is like the profits or the upside when it comes to doing these funds. And so this is essentially the profit share for these funds start making money and making profits. We as the owners get a piece of that profit. So that will flow up the management company up to the Delaware Holding Corp. Now, our plan right now for phase one is to launch a new sponsor offering every single quarter. And we're going to curate offerings with top sponsors in different areas of expertise and geography. So for example, development, self-storage, agriculture, income funds. This way, when someone comes to the platform, they can pick the right investment for them and where they want to place their capital, but they know they have top-notch sponsors available. So let's talk about phase 2 and beyond, because there are multiple monetization models within this Property Llama financial planning platform. Now, keep in mind, I talked about management fees coming up here that will essentially fund the company, or what I would call bootstrap it. And then as we go out there and we're making money and paying the bills, the management company, we're also building a huge database of investors. And so we have something called first-party data, which is the most valuable data out there online. So that'll lead to first-party data brokerage. Think about the power that Google, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram have. Why? They have first-party data. We'll have advertising opportunities. We'll have affiliate and joint venture opportunities. We'll have brokerage fee opportunities, lending fees, and so on. So hopefully you get the idea. As we launch these different business units, part of that will all flow back to the property management holding company, which you and I will be investors in, and we'll get to enjoy and realize those profits. All right, so how does this look from like a growth and exit potential? So this is a little bit different than a lot of deals you see out there, because we are mixing tech with real estate investing. But in my eyes, it's the best of both worlds, because you have the upside of a high growth tech company with the predictability of private equity real estate investing, all built on the model that we've already proven and you are using currently in our businesses. So we're estimating that distributions will start in 3 to 5 years. And we also have a potential for a big unicorn type tech exit. And I think there's a good chance that we'll have a combo of both. Great distributions for a long time, eventually maybe a big exit. So here's the ask. We're doing our seed round and we're raising $3 million at a $30 million post valuation. And we're using something called a safe contract. This is the industry standard for early fundraising in tech companies. It's KISS, it's fair terms to both parties. It offers investors downside protection. Companies like Airbnb, DoorDash, Dropbox, Instacart, Reddit have all used this. So it's a very common way to go out there and start raising money. Now, what do you get for your investment? Now, as I said earlier, you get the exposure to all the funds we ever do. So as we release new funds, you get a piece of profit from all those. Second, you get ownership and profit exposure to all those new monetization and business divisions that we'll be building out because we have such a robust platform. But here's the biggest thing I'll leave on. You're essentially getting exposure to everything that I do in my ecosystem, what I have built, the growth I have, the current business I have, the momentum I have. Like, you're essentially getting a piece of that as well. Because as we grow, as we go out there and start new businesses, we go out there, start new advertising campaigns, guess what? It's all going to flow through Property Llama. Property Llama is the nucleus. It is the key for everything real estate investing, not just here in Colorado, but nationwide. And I really want to emphasize that we are focused on working with the community and raising from the community, other real estate investors, our current clients, people we do deals with now, because the community has helped us grow. The community has been the majority of people I've been able to recruit and get to join our various companies. Like, it is so exciting and also so humbling. Now, here is something that I find extremely humbling to myself, is that we have people joining Property Llama now to help grow this platform. And guess what? They're not just joining Property Llama, they are writing checks as investors through the safe contract and the investing terms, whenever they are investing in the company themselves, because they want to be a part of the vision to grow it, but they also want to have a piece of the ownership upside as well, because they get the vision, they get the big picture of it. So with that said, we're keeping this round open to other investors and other community members, not Silicon Valley people, no-name venture capitalists, people have never bought a rental property, or people have actually never owned a property because they live in high-priced markets, can only afford to rent an apartment building. No, we want to have real estate investors part of this platform, because this is a real estate investing platform built by investors for investors. So we want real estate investors helping us to grow the business and also fund the business. So if you have any questions, please reach out to me. I would love to sit down and talk about Property Llama, either from an investing standpoint or if you want to come work with us. We are in growth mode, and this has all my attention. So I'm going to go out there and raise money, get the right people on the bus, and go out there and grow it. So thank you for watching and listening. Let me know how I can help you out.